Hey everybody, welcome back to the DRich Show. This is DRich and today is 4/20/2021. How's everybody doing out there? I hope that this video again finds you in good health, good spirits, good energy. Again, guys, I apologize for the late release of the video. However, I do work Monday nights, and when I come home, I'm just kind of tired. So when I lay down, I got to get some sleep. So I apologize for that, but I do hope that you guys understand. But anyway, guys, no more excuses. Anyway, I hope that you guys are well. I hope that you guys enjoyed yesterday's video and you guys were able to share it for me. And appreciate the new subscribers as well and the current subscribers to the channel. And anyway, guys, we're going to get right into it so that we can get some good information out to you today. I was doing some homework last night and came across some articles that I thought that would benefit you all today. We're not going to be talking too much about other stuff, but if you guys were still in Safe Moon, as you guys heard the video last week, I mean, we're making good gains on that Safe Moon. There's a bunch of other little pumps going on in some other cryptocurrencies. I made some profit in some BSC gold, I think it was. So there's these coins that I really don't care too much about, that I'm learning how to actually trade with those so that I can also increase my revenue, our income as far as, cryptocurrency trading. Not a trader per se, but I think it's a little bit more easier for us to trade cryptocurrencies than it is traditional markets, because this is kind of new, and you can kind of get on the, tail end. Even if you get on like a tail end of a pump, you just got to kind of read the market to know where the top is, and kind of get out of that position, whether you sell half, keep half, or even sell it all. In this case, I sold it all, got rid of it, and no worries, not a big deal. And I did take it from the top, so I'm good with that. So I was happy to see, I made good on that trade. But anyway, guys, coin market cap right now is Bitcoin's dominance is at 51.1%, and Ethereum is actually increasing to 13% even. And then you got Bitcoin right now trading at $56,477. Ethereum is $2,326, and Binance Coin is actually pumping right now, $574. So we are seeing some trend reversals. XRP is at $1.38. Still, not really making too much noise right now, but that's okay, because it is a good opportunity for those who need to accumulate. And dollar cost average where you might need to do that. Anyway, guys, Dogecoin is at 34 cents. Took a little breather, down 14%. No worries. In the last 7 days, you're still up 270%. So appreciate the gains. Appreciate what came, even if it goes a little bit lower. Guess what? As an XRP holder or hodler, I can tell you the price of Dogecoin is nothing compared to having to deal with the last 3 years of accumulating at 13 cents, 14 cents, 25 cents, 20 cents, you name it. You've experienced it. So if it goes down, no worries, you're still in profit. And if you need to take some profit off the top as it decreases, then you could come back in and buy lower. Anyway, guys, it's at 34 cents there. Cardano is at $1.25. Still getting bullied around by Dogecoin there. And XRP, kind of a little frustrating for those guys there at Cardano. But anyway, I still hold it. No worries. We're not going to take it out just because, people are bitter. You know what I mean? We're going to make money on that Cardano, ride that all the way to the moon. Anyway, it's at $1.25, sitting at number 7. Polkadot is at $34.82 at number 8. Bitcoin Cash, number 9, $9.40. And Litecoin right there, rounding out the top 10, $262.28. What I want to point out to you guys, you got whether you notice this or not, in the top 10, you do have associations with the Flare network. Okay, so don't ever get it confused as to when you start seeing these coins get into the top 10. You got Dogecoin, who's connected to Flare. You got Litecoin rounding out the top 10. And then also, guys, how it originally started is XRP got with Ethereum and made that connection to create this DeFi possibility or network that will allow XRP to grow its ecosystem. As you can see, we are pushing up, and then you got VeChain at number 12 and Uniswap at number 11. But go down even further, you got Stellar here is also part of the Flare network. And just keep that in mind. And later on in the video, there's some possibilities that we'll get into that Bitcoin, you heard it, might be a part of that solution of the Flare network. So we'll get into that. So stay tuned. But what I wanted to talk about today on today's video is that Morgan Stanley made a statement: if a CBDC gains acceptance for international transactions, it could become the new world reserve currency. Now, guys, what is the first asset that comes to mind? XRP. There's no way, because we're going to explain it, and JP Morgan, or Morgan Stanley, excuse me, are the ones that's going to explain it to you. So let's go ahead and get into this article as we dive into this. Morgan Stanley: if a CBDC gains acceptance for an international transactions, it could become the new reserve currency. This is by Chetan Aya, Morgan Stanley's chief economist and global head of economics. Central bank digital currencies, which is the next disruption. We do not usually associate disruption with central banks, but a major move to introduce central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, could actually disrupt the financial systems. CBDCs are a new form of digital cash intended to serve as a substitute for physical cash. They will be a liability of the central bank, which will maintain them in a centralized ledger. CBDCs should not be confused with cryptocurrencies, which either are pegged to an underlying asset or backed by a public blockchain. Cryptocurrencies are not a viable form of digital cash for payments on a large scale, given the high computational and energy intensity of the validation process using distributed ledger technologies. However, they will continue to perform other functions. For instance, investors may perceive that cryptocurrencies can be a store of value akin to precious metals to hedge against the effects of central banks' aggressive monetary easing. Efforts to introduce CBDCs are gaining momentum, with as many as 86% of the world's central banks exploring digital currencies. China has launched pilot trials in a number of cities, and the ECB recently concluded a public consultation of a digital euro and will make a decision this summer, and the Boston Fed is set to release its initial research in the fall. What explains the sudden concerted interest? We see three main reasons. Number one, monetary sovereignty. Private payment networks have proliferated rapidly, and as they gain market share, these networks can become primary means of transactions for many users. The central bank's concern is that money will circulate almost exclusively within the networks, posing a threat to central bank control of the monetary system. And number two, financial stability. Any potential failure for a private provider of digital money could disrupt the payment system and lead to financial stability risk. While regulators have taken steps to mitigate these risks, they cannot eliminate them. And in contrast, the central bank both creates and holds a CBDC, hence will be able to guarantee its reliability as a medium of exchange for transactions. And number three, finally, financial inclusion. The rise of private narrow money networks risks excluding segments of the general public, the unbanked population. A CBDC, just like physical cash, can be made broadly available and may even foster greater financial inclusion. And with these objectives in mind, we think that the central banks will implement consumer-facing retail digital currencies accessible to the public through financial intermediaries and running on a centralized ledger system controlled by monetary authorities. Nevertheless, when something as fundamental as what you use to make payment changes, the effects can be far-reaching. Commercial banks will face risk of the disintermediation. Once CBDC accounts are launched, consumers will be able to transfer their bank deposits there, subject to limits imposed by the central banks. And moreover, the technological infrastructure of CBDCs will make it easier for new non-bank entities to enter the payment space and accelerate the transition towards digital payments. And these factors increase competitive pressures on commercial banks. And in the digital economy, data provide a competitive edge. And we see a tug of war playing out between consumers who are privacy conscious and want to keep their transaction anonymous, and fintech companies that will innovate and incentivize consumers to get onto their platform in order to acquire transaction data. If the fintech's efforts succeed, network effects could proliferate, allowing fintechs to take market share from the banks. And guys, I won't go too far into this, but there were some things that I do want to point out. There was keywords. Innovations are typically viewed with caution, and their disruptive potential is usually underestimated. While central bank CBDC initiatives are not intended to disrupt the banking system, they will likely have unintended disruptive consequences. The pace of disruptions will hinge on how quickly network effects take hold in a CBDC system, and the more widely digital currencies are accepted, the more opportunity for innovation and the greater the scope for disruption to the financial systems. It also has to do with interoperability as far as the CBDCs are concerned. And if a country's CBDCs gains acceptance for international transactions, significant advantage could accrue to the issuer country in financing costs and control over financial transactions, similar to the U.S. dollar's privileged role today. Some central banks like the ECB and the PBOC see the move towards digital currency as an opportunity to raise international status to their currencies and increase their use in cross-border payments. And on the other hand, emerging markets want to limit the use of foreign digital currencies in their economies. E-dollarization. Right here, guys. Cross-border payments. Cross-border payments. There's nothing more that we can really get into because we know what cryptocurrency facilitates cross-border payments. So, guys, I'll leave that right there in the article for you guys in the description. Okay, so we are close. Okay, we are close. They're starting to ramp this up. It's very important. So if you want to go ahead and take a private read on your own, I'll leave that in the description. And then moving forward, China says that it has no desire to replace the U.S. dollar with the digital yuan, and this is coming from the Straits Times. And we'll go right into this right here real quick. This is coming from Beijing Bloomberg. China sought to allay fears it wants to topple the U.S. dollar as the world's main reserve currency as Beijing makes bigger strides in creating its own digital yuan. People's Bank of China Deputy Governor Li Bo said the goal for internationalizing its currency is not to replace the dollar, and the efforts to create a digital yuan are aimed at a domestic use. For the internalization of the renminbi, we have said that many times that it's a natural process, and our goal is not to replace the U.S. dollar or other international currency. Mr. Lee said on a panel at the Bayo Forum on Sunday, I think our goal is to allow the market to choose. to facilitate international trade and investment. Again, guys, you guys have been hearing me say that the people get to choose. So now they're going to tell you the market is going to get to choose. The market will get to dictate what might be the currency of choice for cross-border payments, and we'll get into this as well. China's central bank is currently testing the use of the digital yuan in various pilot programs across the country, and a report earlier this week showed Biden administration increasing its scrutiny of China's progress toward the digital yuan amid concern it could kick off a long-term bid to displace the dollar. The PBOC has been working on a digital currency since 2014. As it moves, have heightened interest among central banks and policymakers, while the spread of cryptocurrencies has added a sense that competitors to regular cash could change how the financial sector operates. The PBOC has moved closer to becoming the first major central bank to launch a virtual currency, rolling out a trial for consumers and businesses in 11 cities across the country. And guys, if you guys have been following me long enough, I've talked multiple times about the times that they've piloted this program and sent digital yuan to test. I think on Alibaba and a couple of other places that they could go as a maybe they got into a drawing and things like that, and they won some of this stuff. So anyway, the motivation for the yuan, for now at least, is focusing primarily on domestic use. Mr. Lee said, international interoperability is a very complex issue, and we are not in a hurry to reach any particular solution quite yet. Although there could be cross-border use in the long term. Guys, here go that word again, cross-border use. If you guys are in the XRP, you know what XRP does is for cross-border payments to facilitate larger payments. And this is why the CBDC will become like their stable currency, because the banks, they need to get in line with, what the transition is. The transition is for this is the people's economy. These guys, yes, they're going to have their businesses set up. They're not going to really go anywhere. But it will, assure you that they have to get in line with everything that's going on with cryptocurrencies, so that there's, cross-border payments, there's, retail payments, there's different type of payment mechanisms that will allow you to get in and out of different cryptocurrencies and convert it back to probably which it would be a CBDC. And I would believe here in the United States, it would probably be the USDC, as it has already been pegged to Stellar. Okay. So anyway, guys, I'll go ahead and wrap this up real quick on this article. The central bank is planning to test the cross-border use of the digital yuan at the 22 Beijing Winter Olympics, where it could be used by both domestic users as well as athletes and visitors from overseas. Okay, so we got the Summer Olympics or Winter Olympics 2022. They might be piloting this and testing it out. We don't know, but I believe it's going to be much quicker than that, because they've been working on this for such a long time. My question would be for the digital yuan is that obviously they don't want to topple the U.S. dollar. But what it says to me is that their digital yuan is not ready, or it's not as strong or powerful as you would hope it would be, in order for them to take control over dominance. So that just shows you that the U.S. dollar is still strong. But it is rapidly declining, and we're going to remove ourselves from that eventually. And when I say strong, as far as, like, I get it, it's inflated, it's losing value, But what I'm getting at is it's kind of recognized as the currency at the moment. So and the only way that that is replaced is if we have a currency or a cryptocurrency that would do all of this, and we know that XRP is the one. So we could go back to Morgan Stanley. If a CBDC gains acceptance for international interoperability and cross-border payments, it will become the reserve currency. Okay, it will become the reserve currency. So I'm saying that yes, XRP will become the world reserve currency, backed by gold, not Bitcoin, not none of that other stuff. Okay, so like again, you've heard me say it. I think Stellar is silver. I think that you got other cryptocurrencies, maybe IOTA or Algorand. Those cryptocurrencies will probably be backed by precious metals for the quantum financial system network. Anyway, guys, let's move forward as XRP holders. We will soon receive our Flare's highly anticipated airdrop, and this is coming from the Daily Hodl, April 19th, 2021. For the first time, Flare Networks is formulating a firm date on which it will execute its highly anticipated token airdrop. Flare Network is announcing that it will likely begin distributing its native Flare tokens to XRP holders late this June. The Flare distribution will start when the Flare network goes live. The team is working to make this happen safely as soon as possible. It is dependent on finishing security testing, and we expect this at the end of June, maybe 2 to 4 weeks. Last year, the firm partnered with Ripple to airdrop XRP holders a total of that many Flare tokens. Flare will also be airdropping its native token to Litecoin holders sometime in the future. Flare is a new blockchain network that intends to help assets such as XRP, Litecoin, and possibly Bitcoin to enable smart contract functionality and access decentralized finance. Guys, you read it. You heard it. And possibly Bitcoin. Okay? That should be an eye opener for you, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys haven't heard anything I said on this video, tell your Bitcoin friends and possibly Bitcoin. So you want Bitcoin to be faster, you want to have interoperability, where here's your opportunity. And you better believe some of the money that's in Bitcoin will be flowing into XRP. Earlier this year, Flare's co-founder Hugo Filion commented on the firm's plans to build out the ecosystem with a strong commitment to maintaining a decentralized and automated framework that ensures there is no central authority running its network. Flare is creating a network. Then once it creates a network, that network has a foundation. And after that point, there is a government process for everything, or governance process for everything. Flare will not be just continually adding new things without governance from a network, because specifically we cannot. That is not the way this works. It has to be decentralized network. It has to have governance. And also we cannot, as a foundation and even as a sponsor, potentially related commercial entity, we cannot undertake to do anything for the network, because as you have seen as many different cold cases, we make no undertaking that we have any responsibility towards building. This is not a security. We are setting up a network. It is going to run like an automaton, and hopefully it provides utility and it boils an ecosystem around it. Okay, so anyway, guys, that's that. You guys heard it here. I read the articles. I've gotten some new information out to you guys if you guys haven't heard it already. Just a different perspective. XRP will be the world reserve currency. In other words, they might not tell you, but if you've been in the cryptocurrency space or digital currency space, Some will be deemed a currency. Some will be deemed other things like a utility token, or you know, whatever it might be. There's going to be different things. You got gaming, you got everything out there. You name it. So for cryptocurrencies coming onto the main stage, get ready, buckle up, load up, buy as much cryptocurrency as you can. Make sure you get those gains. And you know, again, I'm not discouraging anyone from taking profit, but make sure that you always do something positive and constructive with it, and you're not wasting the money, because it's just it would be foolish of you to just take gains and not take care of it. Okay. Anyway, guys, I hope that everybody enjoyed today's video. You guys got something out of it. Please share it. And if you guys are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that Rumble button. And if you guys are listening to me on Anchor, thank you. And the other 8 platforms associated with Anchor, Rumble, YouTube, you name it. I appreciate you all. Anyway, guys, the catalyst that I thought would be, so I don't mean to get off topic. We just got the verdict back, and you know what? I think they're going to do what they're going to do anyway, regardless of that verdict, out in Minneapolis. But you know, you never know. Again, we got some audits coming up for this past election in Maricopa County. So that might be some things that might trigger some other events as well. So it's a bunch of storms brewing up. It's about to get a little bit crazy, guys. So, you know, hang tight, hold tight. Keep those near and dear close to you, okay? And make sure you protect them and keep them safe. Treat everybody good, okay? Right now we need compassion. We need love. We need all of that spreading. Because right now there's a lot of propaganda promoting, you know, disinformation, hate, things like that. And, you know, I don't think everybody's hateful. I think that everybody has a good bone in their body. It's up to the individual to find it. Okay. So it goes to say, you put good in one bucket, you put bad in one bucket. How much do you want to put in either bucket? For me, I like to put as much good in that good bucket, because I know if I make a mistake, it's not who I am. And I don't want you guys to be that way. I just want everyone to participate, being kind, being friendly, being nice, and showing good gesture, you know, with no, you know, underlining motive or anything like that. Just be genuine, be in good character and good faith and good spirit. And I can assure you everything else is going to work itself out. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry for going on that little tear right there. But I think sometimes, you know, you got to hear that stuff. Have a great rest of your day. I will be back tomorrow with some more information on a new video. Take care. God bless. And as always, treat everyone with class, dignity, and respect. Bye-bye.